Welcome back to Hotham's Apiary. I'm Jason Hotham. And in this video, I'm going to take a look at all three of the colonies so I can get an idea of how all three are doing. And maybe we'll even be able to harvest honey from colony 1 this weekend. You won't want to miss it. Let's start with colony 3. There's not much activity in the honey super. Just gently knock these bees off. Yeah. I'm just mainly checking that they're not going to swarm. This is interesting. This right here is also a play cup. This is a play cup right here. But it's located on the center of the frame, which could be a sign that the bees are planning to replace their queen. So I'll have to keep an eye out as I look through this colony to see if there are any more of those. It's a little bit chilly out this morning. The sun is shining, but there's a breeze and it's kind of chilly. But there's still lots of bees out. It's all brood. It's all worker brood. Even though some of those cells are a little bit larger. That here is all, this is drone brood. I can see that the cells are raised here, so those will be drones. Down in this portion is all freshly laid eggs. Nice brood nest. But the bees are just not bringing in any nectar. They seem to have plenty of room. couple play cups there on the bottom of that frame. On the side is also a play cup. I'll have to check those. That one's empty. That one's always a little hard to inspect. That was a drone frame, and the problem is that if the bees don't draw a comb out all the way around the frame, then it can fall out if I tip it too much. Mm-hmm. All right, this is colony 2. And what I did was last week after I did the inspection, I came back a couple days later and I gave them some food to hopefully that will get them to produce a little bit more wax and get them building faster. So when I open this up, you'll see there should be some bees in here, hopefully on top. And there's some. They've taken some of the food, which isn't too bad, but not a whole lot. This is basically just like, it's like a sugar paste, and the bees can chew on that. They get basically a constant flow of food, and it oftentimes helps them to build. Yeah, they didn't really take a whole lot of it though. But on top was like a little thin layer of syrup. And I think they took mostly that, and now they're just chewing down here. They're chewing away at the candy. So go ahead and pop that off. That side. I'm trying to get them to build more. So that's the reason why I gave them that food. Also, we're going to be coming in between nectar flows right now, so they won't have a steady flow of food. But now with that sugar sugar paste, they should actually have a little bit more food here. Yeah, they didn't really store anything in here. Some pollen. And I gave them a wax foundation that they've drawn out on both sides. There are eggs here. Here are eggs. Hopefully you can see that where I'm pointing. Here are eggs all around here. Oh, very nice brood frame. Or, I mean, there's some openings in the middle, but those are the cells where the bees have already hatched from. This is a very nice improvement here. But there's eggs already in those empty cells, as well as some younger larvae. See if I can spot the queen. She's not on there. I'm starting to think that this colony is going to be okay. They're going to make it. Today is the 29th of May. It's my brother's birthday. So if he's watching, happy birthday, Sam. That's pollen now, so that's the end of the brood nest. I'll move that one over, I think. Yeah, there's a wax foundation that I gave them. They didn't draw that out yet. That was what I was hoping. I was hoping that they would draw out the wax foundation as a result of receiving some food, but it might take a little while for them to catch on. Okay, I didn't spot the queen, but there's lots of eggs and pretty happy with that. There's basically on 3 frames brood. And several weeks ago, I had 1 frame with a small, maybe the size of my palm. That's how big the brood nest was. It was really weak. Okay, so I'll put this all back in. Now, with this way that this feeder works, the plastic has to basically go only halfway on so that the bees can still enter into the feeder. All right, so let's put that on. where this little plastic dome is, the bees can climb up. So we can get a closer shot of that. So they can climb basically up here, and then they can crawl around inside the box. And as you can see, some are chewing on the paste right now. I just realized I forgot to put a frame in. This one, which was empty. There we go. Now we're ready. Now we're ready to go. All right, let's take a look at colony 1. Take a look at the honey super at the end. It's very heavy. There was a lot of drones on that frame, and now they're buzzing around. Some bees crawling on my legs here. Get smoke out of the way here. There's a play cup on here that looks kind of suspicious. No egg. I haven't spotted the queen, and I've had a really hard time finding any eggs, fresh eggs. There's plenty of young larvae in here, but I need to see either the queen or some eggs. Okay, just found a nice patch of eggs, fresh eggs. So the queen is here still. Very heavy. A couple of puffs of smoke, not too much, just to calm down a little bit. Get some of this wax off here. Let's take one of these outside frames out. Not really any nectar in there. A little bit in the middle, some nectar in there. full. Yeah, look at all that. Looks good. I'm gonna go check outside and see if the basswood is blossoming. My in-laws have here in their yard, they have a basswood tree, and it's great because I can always take a look and see if they're blossoming or not. It's funny how the bees actually put pollen here in the bottom of this frame. The reason why I want to check on the basswood is because I want to see if I can give these bees another week or not. If I can, I will, because there's still some honey out, some flow going on outside. So I could probably get. Let me just try to estimate here. 1, 2, 3. This will be the fourth one. That one's pretty full. Both sides. Fifth one. Nah, not really that full. So I would probably get somewhere between 8 and 13 kilograms of honey from this box as it is right now. Oh. All right, so this is the tree that I had mentioned before. This is the basswood or linden. And let's get a closer look here. Here you can see this is where the blossoms normally would come out, but they are not open yet. They're still very much closed up. So probably another week or so, I would say. And then this tree will be buzzing. There'll be lots of bees here. There's also another tree like this one on the other side. You can actually see it. That right there's the crown. That's the crown of another really big linden or basswood tree, and the bees will definitely start foraging from there. And let me just show you how far away or how close that tree is to the bees. Let's walk through the backyard from my in-laws. And you can see right there's the bee stand. So a couple hundred yards away. All right, that's it for today's video. It was a little bit longer. I wanted to show you all 3 colonies, how they were doing. Colony 3, they're pretty strong, but they're just not bringing a lot of nectar in. Hopefully that will change in the next couple of weeks, especially once the basswood flow starts. Hopefully they'll start bringing that in. Colony number 2, they have done pretty well. I think that sugar paste that I gave them is going to help them build more, so the queen will have more room to lay more eggs, and they should be getting a lot stronger. Within the next 6 weeks, I would say they should have at least 6 frames of brood, and that's a pretty good number to have at that time of the year. Then colony number 1, of course, they're super strong, and I will have to do a split within the next 4 weeks. So we're really starting to get into a critical phase. Hopefully I can harvest from them next week. I can give them back the honey super. They can bring in some basswood nectar. And then once I've extracted the basswood, I can split them and have 2 awesome colonies next year as well. If you haven't already done it, please subscribe, and I'll get new content out to you as soon as I can. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and have fun beekeeping.